grossly incompetent, and in my opinion, has a very low IQ. But we'll find out about her IQ during the debate, okay? Let's find out about her IQ. So, you know, we have this great system. I want to show you just one other thing, please. Do you mind putting it up, please? Thank you.
We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I mean, I don't understand the point that you're making. Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to
Friends, patriots, we've all had a good chuckle at a politician's expense. It's human nature. But when those laughs start raising serious questions about competence, about judgment, about the very future of our nation, well, that's where the humor stops. Kamala Harris, folks. The woman who wants to be a heartbeat away from the presidency. Her speeches, her interviews, they're becoming legendary. But not for the right reasons. And let me tell you, nobody enjoys a good laugh more than you're truly Sean Hannity. But even I have to admit, there's something unsettling about seeing these gaffes, these blunders, coming from someone who wants to lead America. Now, I'm not one to judge someone solely on a few slip-ups. We all make mistakes, right? But with Kamala, it's not just one or two. It's a pattern. A concerning pattern of incoherent ramblings, awkward silences, and flat-out contradictions. Remember that time she couldn't explain her own policies? Or when she burst into laughter at the most inappropriate moments? These aren't just gaffes, folks. They're glimpses into a mind that's clearly not up to the task. And the mainstream media, they try to brush it off. They call it charming or relatable, but let's call it what it really is. Terrifying. Can we really afford to have someone this unprepared, this out of touch, leading our nation? By the way, if you're loving this, and I know you are, make sure you hit that subscribe button on our channel for more content like this. Trust me, you don't want to miss what we have coming next. Now, President Trump, he knows a thing or two about cutting through the noise. And at his recent rally in Montana, he did just that.
Invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So basically, that's wrong.
So you're now no longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists above us, right?
The Caribbean nations, island nations, in the Western Hemisphere. That is where the Caribbean is. We are also in the Western Hemisphere. They are our neighbors. I am here, standing here on the northern flank, on the eastern flank, talking about what we have in terms of the eastern flank. I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been, you know? Space is exciting. It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree that there are things and tools that are available to us to slow this thing down. We will work together and continue to work together to address these issues, to tackle these challenges, and to work together as we continue to work.
Do you ban plastic straws?
I think we should. Yes. I mean, look, I'm going to be honest. It's really difficult to drink out of a paper straw when you had, if you're just, like, if you don't gulp it down immediately, it starts to bend.
Yes.
And then, you know, the little thing catches it, and then, you know, so we got to kind of perfect that one a little bit more.
Do you know, okay, a bit of a history lesson. Do you know that women were not, the women's teams were not allowed to have brackets until 2022?
So the United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. AI is kind of a fancy thing. First of all, it's 2 letters. It means artificial intelligence. As a woman, there's a balance to be struck between being tough and being a Turn that off.
So if you listen to Kamala's speeches, you'd never even know that she's been running the country. She's been running the country for 4 years and doing a horrible job. Look at what's happened to our country. We are a failing nation. I hate to say it, we are a failing nation. I wish I didn't have to do this. I wish I didn't have to go and do this. I wish they were great. I wish they'd make our country great, but they're going to destroy our country. You know it, they even know it, and probably they're doing it on purpose. It's hard to believe, but they're probably
Now,
doing
President
it.
Trump, he knows a thing or two about cutting through the noise. And at his recent rally in Montana, he did just that. He showed a montage, a supercut if you will, of Kamala's greatest hits. The crowd, they roared with laughter. But you could also sense the unease, the growing concern. Because when you see these gaffes one after another, it's impossible to ignore the truth. Kamala Harris is simply not fit to be president. And the media, they went into overdrive trying to discredit the video. Taken out of context, they cried. But the context is clear. Kamala Harris is consistently unprepared and out of her depth. You know.